At the very first glance, you can tell that this is not a typical island home. I want to show you the coolest guest pavilion you have ever seen. I could sit here all day. Incredible, right? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Restless Living. My name is Christian Trampedag, and today we're in Mykonos touring an extraordinary home, the Aimasia Residence, designed by the architect Praxiteles Kondylis of A31 Architecture. The Aimasia Residence is a 920 square meter contemporary villa sculpted from stone and concrete, shaped by the eroded land and planted with the memory of Cycladic tradition. At the very first glance, you can tell that this is not a typical island home. This sweeping white plastered curved wall guides us along the descent, following the natural contours of the land. At the highest point, the landscape folds over the roof, and that's intentional because every roof in this home is a garden. Every angle traces the slope. There's one feature in particular though that defined Aimasia's identity, and that's this 62 meter long retaining wall built from local granite, rooting the project to the Mykonian heritage. The remaining walls are reinforced concrete of low carbon emission cement to structurally emphasize Aimasia's sustainable approach. The curvy doorstep is a great detail, inviting us to explore what lies behind the steel pivot door. Let's head inside. Here we are. It's really hard for me to contain my excitement because this place is something truly special. It's like stepping into a gallery. You have, of course, the cement floors, but then the reinforced concrete walls really stand out here as a canvas for the Tom Dixon bespoke art piece made specifically for this house. Speaking of concrete, I want to show you something incredible. Look at this. I bet you have never seen this before. A massive boulder suspended between the concrete walls. It has this engineered steel plate on the top that sort of makes this boulder rest on it. It looks so dramatic, and walking below just feels so daring. We have been told it is completely safe. Skylight from above that brings in natural ambient light throughout the day, casting shadows. Beautiful. Let's move over to the kitchen area. And here you really feel the grandiosity of the space. Opening up, of course, to the views through the sliding doors, but this beautiful kitchen made by Tom Dixon. Custom cabinetry in dark timber, suspended Tom Dixon pendants, and a sculptural kitchen island carved from Italian granite. Its organic shape continues Aimasia's theme of curvature and flow. Everything modern, seemingly integrated and minimal. The dining area sits alongside the pool and features nothing less than cork furniture. You heard right, cork. Really, really nice. We were told that this is only one of few pieces that were left. And Tom Dixon also has designed a cork shelf to match this style. Both of them have the curves of the building itself, so there's this seamless integration in every single space, even with the lights, with the Turkish goat rug on the wall acting as an art piece. Nice detail. Look at this. It's an art piece that mimics the topography of the Mykonian island, giving this tribute to both the architecture itself and the context. Love it. On the eastern end of the program, the living room features a low-profile sofa facing the beautiful horizon. Here you have plenty of special items. For example, this little fella. It's a sculpture. I don't know exactly what it is. Maybe a Segway, but that's the whole point of art, right? The abstractness of things. Every single object has earned its rightful place. just amazing. The views. I could sit here all day, that's for sure. Outside, the terrace flows around the pool like an amphitheater, where the infinity edge draws a perfect line against the Aegean horizon, with sun launchers placed in the shallow end to give a sense of a constant connection to the water element. I think it's worth mentioning these incredible hills surrounding the plot, because they're actually mentioned in the UNESCO Intangible Heritage, meaning that no one can build on them. And it's speaking to this incredible story of the context. The outdoor dining area is also quite interesting, because the cantilevered overhang is placed to allow the pool to reflect its ripples onto the concrete surface. I also love the emphasis on native plants that ensures this integration between nature and the architecture. In fact, the integration has been done to such an extent that wild goats regularly show up by the house. Now it's time for bedrooms. The program has 6 in total. The first one is in fact placed behind the kitchen, maybe a little bit unusual. This one has been carved into the hillside, but even though it's underground, you have this light well and an atrium that ensures natural light comes in all day long. You can also open it, if I know how to do it. Where the native planting, as you can see, is sort of following the reinforced concrete, creating this integration and maintaining it. The nuances in here are gray toned, very minimal, some art pieces, dark timbered wardrobes that are giving a bit of warmth, and a concealed bathroom ensuite. It's like a cave in itself. This is where you have the African granite, incredibly exotic, that has been cut out to tiles. And look at the light fixture up in the ceiling, curvy, just like the house. It's beautiful. The master suite is upstairs. We just have to pass the Boulder. Very nice. Dramatic. And up through the suspended concrete staircase, you see the lights, skylight above, and then it just opens up completely. Your own private sanctuary with pool and the views to the Aegean Sea. Even here you have the roof. This is actually the roof. You can walk up there if you're really daring, wouldn't recommend it. But it really underlines this connectivity to the land itself. If you look from the other side, here, this massive opening, a real spectacle, right? Double height ceiling that is following the contours of the landscape. This is where the interplay between the reinforced concrete and the board foam concrete really shows its true character. Oh, I love it. The bedroom emphasizes this idea of a free flow where the breeze is guiding you when you walk around exploring each corner. Every step you take, a new experience unfolds. Like here, with white marble, that is the same marble that was used for building Acropolis 2,000 years ago. Incredible. Brass details, wooden cabinets, giving a bit of dynamic range. And then you have even a small study with plenty of wardrobe space and circular lights, nonetheless circular lights. The remaining 3 bedrooms of the main house is situated on the lowest floor. It's funny, although the bedrooms here are on the lowest level of the house, it doesn't feel that way because of the slope of the land. You have direct relation to the outdoor with private patios and the incredible retaining wall that both aesthetically and structurally is incredibly impressive. You have it both inside and outside with shutters that can be closed to cast incredible light throughout the morning. Each of these bedroom suites have the same layout, but they are quite different in terms of aesthetic. However, they all respond to the same natural feel, just in a different expression. I love this wine tasting space. Incredible, right? The details, the mesh wires, the Tom Dixon melted sculpture of light, the bottles that are hanging. Wow. Look at this. It's a tasting sink. So when you are tasting the wine, you can spit it out. And of course you want a little bit of privacy for that. So there's this massive green marble slab that is separating the display and the tasting itself. Incredible. Next to the wine cellar, we got a gym. It's not yet equipped, but you can imagine that you can do all kinds of sports in here. Maybe even play football. Now, I wouldn't recommend that with all the mirrors. Finally, I want to show you the coolest guest pavilion you have ever seen. Following this short path, you will meet this incredible structure that has been carved into the earth with the massive boulder on top, signaling this is nature, this is an integration. From the aerial point of view, you can see this white structure that just carves its way into the ground, becoming a secluded retreat separate from the main program. Look at this. Oof. So nice, so nice. Here you can feel the ridge alongside the mountain, and you don't even sense anyone around. Just have the bare landscape. Incredible. This is really where you understand all the boulders, where they come from, how everything, architecture and nature, is combined to create something of significance. The guest pavilion reminds me of the master suite from the main house, but here you have a cube with alternating solid and perforated steel containing wardrobe, utilities, and also a kitchenette. This is not just a spare room for guests. This is a destination or an apartment on its own. I believe it is clear that Aimasia Residence isn't just a modern villa on a Greek island. It's a study in how architecture can honor the past, live in the present, and point toward a sustainable future. Every contour, every rock, every wall in this home was placed with care and with purpose. Its boldness lies in its purposeful discipline, that materials are honest. Nothing is decorated or covered to alter the reality. What you see is what you get. What I find most captivating though is the way that the house vanishes and reveals itself depending on where you stand. From the road above, it nearly disappears into the landscape with only a wide curve outlining its form. From the sea below, it anchors the hill like a contemporary acropolis. The entire project is a study in material restraint and durability. I hope you enjoyed the tour. See you next time.